down on the sea's abundance. Everything that I need to supply. You're my friend, my shelter provider, the only one who lifts me higher. When I cry, you console me. Always there, never leaving on me. Who am I that you love me like you do? I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be a blessing. A blessing to somebody else. I'm blessed to be a blessing. A blessing. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be a blessing. A blessing to somebody else.
Well, this is it. When you see on the screen, this is the FIFA World Cup. And that is right now is Portugal versus, Portugal is scored 1 goal. And Card DVA score a goal is a 1-1 tie in the halftime.
Right. Okay. Oh boy.
Oh my God! Wait, he's offside? It's not a goal? It's not a goal? What? That's offside. What? My God, it's not a goal, it's outside. Almost not a goal. Oh. Offside was taken off by goal. Oh. Oh my goodness. So close for Portugal, so close. Oh boy. That right there, you see an offside, That was not a goal. When the players are way off the line. My goodness. Oh boy. So I hope you enjoyed the FanFest clips, reactions. It was awesome. I gotta tell you, it was awesome. As of right now, it's still 1-1 tie, but let's hope for Portugal needs to get that goal. After offside. Offside was a foul. My goodness. Oh, block it. No! Oh, what a save. Oh, what a save. What a save away from the goal, Ned. Wait a minute. So it's Portugal gets a free kick. Oh, good save. Off the post. And then push the ball out of the way. They just hit over and hit the post off the net, hit the post. That's away from the goal. My God. Man. Oh man. So let's move on. We have champions going on, the NHL and NBA. Well, I gotta say, the New York Knicks have finally done it. And despite I hate the Maple Leafs, every year couldn't get the job done with the Stanley Cup playoffs, year after year failures under the Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment Management, doing the same with the New York Knicks. And I despise the Maple Leafs team and the players and organizers for their failures every year. Couldn't get the job done to get the Stanley Cup playoffs and final. On each and every round, couldn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals and get to the Stanley Cup final. Look at the Edmonton Oilers. They did it. Look at the Montreal Canadiens in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were so close, but Carolina Hurricanes got a punch ticket to the Stanley Cup Final. First time since the 2000s. And right now, Carolina Hurricanes beat the Vegas Golden Knights with a 4-1, I think it's 4-2 series lead? Yeah, 4-2 series lead after Game 6 with 3 goals for Carolina Hurricanes and no goal for Golden Knights. Damn. It's a shutout for Hurricanes and finally captures the 2026 Stanley Cup champions. Thanks to the coach. That man. Oh, my God. Recreating back in 2000 in the Stanley Cup Final. This is Edmonton Oilers. It happened. And you saw it happen. That player, this man, the coach, Bob, I forgot the name. He is a fine coach. As a player, as a Carolina Hurricanes, a legend, he will be in the statue. So congrats to the Hurricanes for the Stanley Cup champions with a 4-2 series win after Game 6 with 3-0 final score, and it earns a shout out for Hurricanes and the Stanley Cup champions for the second time since 2002 or 3. That's in 2003 where they won the Stanley Cup and they hold the Stanley Cup trophy. Yeah. Thanks to that man, Bob. Yeah. And also the New York Knicks. I've got to say, after the Stanley Cup champion goes to Carolina Hurricanes, the 53-year curse is no more for the New York Knicks. Won the NBA champions since 1972. And Stephen A. is so damn proud of it. Big love to the Stars who have been a Knicks fan for a long time. Spike Lee, Tracy Morgan, Fat Joe, Marika, who played for the Law and Order SUV for decades on NBC, Taylor Swift, Patrick Ewing, the finger roll. I saw on First Take on the television and on YouTube, on my phone and tablet, that happened. That caused Stephen A. stroke and felt bad for Stephen A. That drags into a darkness and haunts them for this New York Knicks franchise rest of their lives. My God Almighty. The curse is no more. The 53 years of drought is finally over. As I'm looking at the score, we're still 1-1. It's 62 minutes before it goes. We have 30 minutes left. Then it's going to be another minute before it gets to the full time with the final score. If Portugal doesn't get a goal with 2-1. Then it stick around with the 1-1 tie, with the full-time draw again for Portugal and Corte. And where was I? The New York Knicks win the champion for the first time since 1973, and finally ending a 53-year curse and drought is over. It's officially over. And there's going to be a parade starting New York City, downtown New York City, Thursday. And New York fans and New York, well, I'm not a fan of Maple Leafs because every year of the Stanley Cup playoffs couldn't get the job done. As a New York Knicks, what I've seen, they changed. They really did change the system for the franchise of New York Knicks. And I'm in. And I'm in. So New York Knicks, you proved me wrong with my Maple Leafs, which I'm not a big fan of Maple Leafs. I'm a big fan of Raptors and a huge big fan of the Blue Jays since day one in 2007 or 8 when I was in the soccer camp, in Brentford soccer camp, when I stepped foot in Bourne to be a fan of the Blue Jays, formerly known the Toronto Jays, and now is rebranded from in 2012 to the Toronto Blue Jays, bringing back the old retro team name since they started the franchise for the Major League Baseball in North Dakota, the Toronto Blue Jays, in the 1980s? Yeah, 1980s. So, I'm in New York, you can have me, and one day I'll see you when this villain DJT is gone. But I'm sorry, I wish I could come, give a big hug in welcoming open arms for New York Knicks to have a joyful, emotional moment after 53 years of curse, year after year. Suffering is no more. Suffering is dead. Is dead. Thank you to Dan Allison for uncursing the New York Knicks. Dan Allison is a genius. Dan Allison from WWE, super genius. Dan Allison saved the New York Knicks franchise, ending the curse of 53 years. So thank Dan Allison from WWE. Thank him. And to Stephen A., you deserve it. You've been a Knicks fan for a lifetime in your life. You go enjoy this as of this year, 2026. Have fun at the parade, Stephen A. Well deserved. And to all Knicks fans and celebrities, you enjoy this moment of New York Knicks. Whether you're a fan of New York Knicks for a long time, have fun. I hope my friends Jemima and Precious, my friend Auntie Esther, they will join the New York Knicks parade where they have time to do so. If you are watching this, take a look on the New York Knicks parade. There's going to be full pack of millions of people in New York City celebrating the end of 53 years. Shout out to Jalen Bronson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Bridges, a new coach after Tom Thibodeau being fired from last year was shockingly surprised that Tom didn't get to the finals. They were so close with the Knicks, and they got defeated by Miami Heat. And Miami Heat beats Knicks on last season, and now Tom Thibodeau got fired by by the owner James Dolan and President and CEO Leon Rose. That was their decision to let Tom go. And fans are not having it. Now we have a new coach, a Nigerian coach, who won the championship in 3 or 4 teams in NBA. Mike Brown. Yeah, Mike Brown did a phenomenal job. Then Tom Thibodeau helped the team with the Knicks. A great season. And Villanova's players did invested for the Knicks and got into the finals, surpassed the Eastern Conference Finals, and made it to the NBA Finals first time since 1999. Almost swept with a 4-1 series win. 4-1. Down goes the San Antonio Spurs, beating an alien 7.5. 7.5 from France. This man. During the press conference, 7.5 alien said, "Whenever I see you in the media, or never," after a loss. And finally ends the San Antonio Spurs season and fails to capture a championship. And they give all credit to the New York Knicks finally ending the 50-year drought for so long. So, San Antonio Spurs should do either give praise from the New York Knicks, what they have done after 53 years, or you just, it said so. So, New York Knicks, you go out there and enjoy it for the parade, and I gotta love Zohran Mamdani is going to be there and be proud for the New York Knicks. And they will give a key to the New York Knicks, including James Dolan. So at least, well, after years of people are angry at James Dolan and demanding to sell the team, that was not my words. That was coming from Stephen A's words. They are sick and tired of the Knicks. After losing and losing game after game for all these years, in decades, back and forth, over and over and over. And finally, here we are in 2026 season. 2025, 2026 season, that right there for New York Knicks have finally changed the system. They finally listened to the fans. They finally listened to the feedback. They finally listened to the critics. They finally listened to the analytics. But most importantly, the analytics for New York Knicks. Get that through your heads. Get that through your heads with the analytics. And they did it. They did it. Players did it. Coach did it. New York Knicks organization did it, including Leon Rose and James Dolan did it. They finally, all the lists, they've listened, and they get the job done to finally end the curse of 53 years. Back and forth, over and over, is no more of suffering and cursing anymore. So, I said enough. Congrats to the New York Knicks, and enjoy this parade this Thursday. And hopefully I will see you in New York. Once I visit, I'm in for it. And you can thank New York and the Knicks franchise. And sort of, at least, James Dolan and Leon Willis gave everything to this city and for the New York Knicks franchise and for the building. Madison Square Garden, the world's largest stadium ever in this world. The Madison Square Garden, the largest famous arena. All been paid off. Woo-wee! Man, what's the score right now? It's still 73 minutes, still 1-1. And we're gonna go for second half for the break. And we'll continue with the coverage of FIFA World Cup on the second half and the movie theaters that you need to go see on AMC, Cineplex, and for Cineworld and Odeon for UK. All of that, more after this, right here on the 10th anniversary on the Blind Show with Kwabena, Agyemang on YouTube. And the coverage for the FIFA World Cup continues, coming up on the second half. Thanks for watching the first half of the program. Everybody, what? See you on the second half. Thanks for watching.
Somebody else.
Okay. Man, alright. There's so many games going on, including Ghana versus Panama, which, by the way, that video, Yakershi scored before 60 minutes is up. 90 minutes before 6 minutes is up. At the late goal was by Yakershi. Caleb Yakershi scored a goal before the full time stops. The match is over. Finally, Caleb Yakershi scored a goal before 6 minutes left. That was a late goal before on the first win for Ghana football team of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, played in the nightly Toronto Stadium. So many Ghana fans going absolutely bonkers. My God almighty. What a goal and what a start for the Ghana football team to kick off this match in the Canadian soil of Toronto Stadium, welcoming open arms for Ghana versus Panama in a 1-0 game. And then full time ends. Ghana wins the first match and the first win of the 2026 FIFA World Cup goes to Ghana football team. Proud to Caleb Yakershi have finally scored a goal. And these Ghana fans, holy hell, oh my God. Damn, they're going crazy. They're going crazy, jumping up in joy and dancing to that Afrobeats music. My goodness. Well, the next matchup will be England next Tuesday. So let's hope for the Ghana if they win the second one, if they can beat England. So maybe so many celebrities in England are going to support for Ghana. And same with Ghana with the England. Because England is coming from London, England, UK. Yeah, that's where the England football team comes from, the United Kingdom. They will support with Ghana. Definitely. All right. So the score is 1-0 for Ghana versus Panama. So that's a win column for Ghana on the first ever match in this World Cup tournament. Canada, Mexico, and the US. Onto that, the other thing that I just left out on the first half, we have the full time, we have the results, but it's a draw, 1-1. So Portugal and DR Corso is not the Avore, it's DR Corgo team. Is 1-1 tie. Yesterday's game, well, Cristiano Ronaldo didn't score a goal. Somebody else scored one goal and didn't have enough energy to shoot the ball in the net to get another goal for the second 2-1. But unfortunately, it's a 1-1 full-time draw. Yet again. 4 draws. What about Argentina? Argentina, led by Lionel Messi. How about 3 hat-trick goals for Lionel Messi? Messi, 3 goals, beating Algeria on yesterday's game. 3-0 on the biggest stage for Lionel Messi with a hat-trick, 3 goals. And Argentina fans are loving it. Loving it. For Lionel Messi, 3 hat-trick goals. How about Canada? Because right now, at this recording, Canada beats Qatar 6-0 with Jonathan Davis, 3 goals, same with the hat-trick with Lionel Messi. 3 hat-trick goals. Are you kidding me? 3 hat-trick goals for Jonathan David. Jonathan David. Not Davis. Jonathan David. Right? So it's 6-0 as of this recording. 6-0. And that makes a first win. And now with the draw, no losses. So that adds more points. Now it becomes 7 points. And now Team Canada Soccer is now in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, first place. My goodness almighty. So this is super epic awesome. To look all the recaps and review so many games that I ever cover. Including Mexico, South Africa, beginning on the opening ceremony in Mexico. And all the way down to Canada versus Qatar. Yeah. Man. Man. What a great matchup for this nightly on this week, throughout the weekend, on this episode. We're covering all the games on the FIFA World Cup since day one they began. So hopefully the next upcoming will be Ghana versus England. The next is, where can I find? It's Mexico's is South Korea. Mexico and South Korea. Didn't have the results yet, but I'll put on to next episode for next week's Friday as we continue this coverage of episode 12 of the FIFA World Cup coverage continues for episode 12. So all of that we will continue next week, Friday, for the 2026 FIFA World Cup coverage, results, and the final scores in each and every country teams that I will deliver into this YouTube channel right here on The Planet Show. And my God, one of you could win the World Cup trophy. I'm predicting $1 million question for Team Canada Soccer to win it all. Will be the first ever World Cup trophy, if ever happens. That's why I'm hoping to predict for Canada. Not, I didn't say Ghana. Predicted for Canada. Ghana, maybe. Okay, people. Well, the opening ceremonies you saw in the performance, they did a phenomenal job. Mexico, Shakira, Burna Boy, Tyler, outstanding. Canada, in Toronto Stadium, Michael Bublé, Alessia Cara, Jesse Reyes, Alanis Morissette sang in the national anthem, still outstanding. And the US. Well, Katy Perry, Future, Lisa from Blackpink, and Tyler again after Mexico. Yeah. Can't comment on that, so still great. Despite people are boycotting the FIFA World Cup here in US because of the ice restrictions. That's the main problem in the politics. That fans and people in the US are fed up with this villain, DJT, destroying America. People are sick and tired of this. And boycott to never buy a ticket because it's way too expensive. Over tens of thousands of dollars to spend to come to the game in the US. It's extremely dangerous for the ICE. Gestapo will run into the ground, put arrest on immigration in a dangerous way. This US country is not safe under that villain DJT, and the Trump administration will continue to destroy every time. And it's never ending until one day this villain needs to be gone out from the White House. Why Democrats needs to vote these MAGA Republicans out. Those crooked and villain MAGA Republicans need to be gone as of corrupt. All right. Not going to talk anymore. Let's move on. Now with you saw the video New York Knicks, and in 53 years, big congrats. and they did the parade phenomenal. It's been a long time coming for the parade. New York Knicks gave a huge speech and the motivation to the New York City and the state of New York. And Zohran Mamdani gives the keys to New York Knicks for a successful, imaginable franchise for New York Knicks, ending the curse of 53 years. And they deserve it and enjoy it for the city of New York and the state of New York lands this democracy state of New York, led by Governor Kathy Hochul and New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani. And to the big props to New York Knicks organization, the crew, the players, coaches, including the broadcast from Madison Square Garden Network, who carry on for New York Knicks for years of suffering and pain of 53 years is over and no more. Mike Breen, one of the best calls in the NBA history of all time. Mike Breen deserves this moment. Stephen A., after years of suffering all the way back to his lifetime, finally puts into the bed and sleep as the New York Knicks finally breaks the curse of 53 years of pain and suffering and curse is over, defeating a huge black cloud, is gone by fire, by fire. Stephen A. Smith, I hope he enjoys this parade. He will. Well, congrats to the New York Knicks, and I will see you visiting again in New York by the summer in open arms. Maybe we can talk about the New York Knicks, how they break up the 53 years and end it with the championship first time since 1973. Either one of my friends in New York or a different stranger who has been a Knick for a long time. I'll be happy to see people going crazy, smiling, joyful, and emotional of years of pain. And now here we are in 2025-2026 season that the New York Knicks franchise, analytics, and the system has finally listened to the fans and the feedbacks and the critics, and to the system has officially changed. Okay. Congrats to New York Knicks for 2026 NBA champions. And the parade you saw, amazing. Hopefully they will do it again next year. Will they win back-to-back NBA champions again? for New York Knicks? We'll see. So, see you October for NBA teams and the fans. Once again, congrats on New York Knicks ending in 53 years of drought. Has finally closed the chapter for the New York Knicks and James Dolan with the championship first time since 1973 that held the championship. And now here we are in the present of 2026 season. Your New York Knicks finally God deserved a championship. And the parade was spectacular fashion. All right. Now, I want you to go see the movies this weekend, right now. Disclosure Day. Emily Blunt, Colin Firth. Yeah. You need to go see the movie directed by Steven Spielberg. Masters of the Universe, Camila Mendes from Riverdale and Amazon's Upgrade. And yeah, is on with that man, Nicholas Gaultier from Red, White, and Blue Royal from Prime Movie. Nicholas in the Master of the Universe. Scary movie, a hilarious comedy film is back in 2026. Scary movie. The revival of this scary movie, hilarious comedian film series of scary movie, and the anticipated of the Disney and Pixar's most recognizable animated films like Frozen, like Wreck-It Ralph, like Ratatouille, and like Cinderella. Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5. Our fifth sequel with Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joanne Cusack, and that new song is Taylor Swift. I hope it beat Little Mermaid's live action. Was a success. Box office. Will they do the same with Toy Story 5? A huge, massive box office to surpass Frozen 2? Let's find out for Toy Story 5. The most anticipated Disney Pixar's upcoming film of the year is Toy Story 5. See all the 4 movies: Closer Day, Master of the Universe, Scary Movie, Toy Story 5. One more thing, the horror film, Obsession. So that makes 5. See all 5 of them on Cineplex, AMC Theaters, and Cineworld and Odeon Cinemas. Here in Canada, other country, USA, and the international, the United Kingdom. So, see all 5 movies right now. and leave the comments down below. How was the movie and what did you think about it? These 5 movies: Disclosure Day, Master of the Universe, Scary Movie, Toy Story 5, and Obsession. Leave the comments down below of what did you think your favorite 5 films that you ever see. I'm guessing Toy Story 5 will change Disney and Pixar into a new life in the continuation of the era for Toy Story franchise. So, will they successfully makes a billions of dollars to surpass Frozen 2? We'll find out. So see all 5? Leave the comments down below what you think all the 5 movies that you just watched. Alright. Well, I usually read backwards because I forgot to hold this cue card, but now you see it's turning backwards, so I accidentally wrote it pen on this cue card. I thought it's supposed to be this to write it down, but no, it's turned upside down. I made a mistake by putting down on the list as I direct for the episode 11 to bring news updates, sports, lots of sports of FIFA World Cup 2026 coverage, the game results, the matches, the teams all across the country, including fan festivals, and the crowd erupts, going out of its mind, including Ghana too, and Canada too. Same with New York Knicks, burning the city down and going crazy. After 53 years of cursing this franchise team, Fed Up is no more. Well, there are no topic debate of the week and no extras like business or anything. So that will do it for the episode 11 of the Prime Show with Kwabena. My return. After 1 month, I've been off the show in favor of the coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup begins last week, and 3 ceremonies did a phenomenal job, except the US, which is kind of great despite with the fans boycotting the FIFA World Cup in the US because of the ice and the under the villain DJT and Trump administration continuing destroying America, ripping all health cares and everything. That I want to see him gone, removed from the White House, and removed from his name, Donald J. Trump, that villain DJT. That sick Hitler era DJT are waiting to see him gone and vote for democracy to save America. That's everybody millions are hoping for, to democracy to save America, to get rid of that villain for good and to save the country of the United States of America once again, to clean up this disaster mess that villain DJT and Trump administration has done in damage this country of United States soil is being burned into the ground by those wicked bunch of fools running around press conference looked, that President DJT 47 looked absolutely downgraded, terribly ill, physically ill. People are sick and tired of listening coming out of villain DJT's mouth over and over and over and over after failure, after failure. My God. It's an embarrassment to the worldwide that everybody's watching, that people, millions of people are hating that DJT is a complete failure as a 47 president, complete failure. And people are waiting to see DJT gone and out from the White House and out from the US and out by removing his name that DJT touches turn to crap for forever. And also, by the way, President Obama, former President Barack Obama, 44th president, is opening the new Chicago Convention Center and Library. And so many musicians, including The Roots, Questlove, John Legend, Common, you know Common, that rapper Common. Stephen Colbert was there. Harry was there, a former advisor. Al Sharpton, Joe Biden, the former president and vice president, was there to celebrate Obama's new opening that held Chicago, Illinois, Presidential Library, historic museum for all Barack Obama's career as a president, his long tenure to serve the country and the democracy he has done for his entire life. Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. And to Michelle Obama, great speech and powerful delivery to smack down that villain with that message speech. Same with Barack Obama. Takes down villain DJT as a sign of weakness and failure that DJT is. Great speech, Barack Obama. Same with Michelle Obama. Same to go all democracies, governors, and mayors in Chicago will be forever gifted this moment. For Barack Obama has launched a new museum, library, and convention. His historic museum for Barack Obama Center, for the Obama Foundation, that everybody loves Obama so much. And that will create a level of community of Chicago. So, congrats to Barack Obama on his launch. The new building is in Chicago, the Obama Presidential Center. in a historic museum is a huge milestone for Obama and the entire former Obama administration. Will continue his legacy, not the villain DJT's legacy, because DJT, nah, will never live legacy and copy from Barack Obama. No way. No way. No way. Barack Obama, one day I'll come to Chicago and take a look at the historic presidential center on a historic milestone launch. And I'll see you in Chicago one day. Okay, people. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next episode 12 next Friday as we continue this coverage of the FIFA World Cup. Right here on the Blind Show with Kwabena Agyemang on YouTube. Good night, everybody, and fare you well. Good day. So long from Brampton. And hopefully, we'll see you next Friday for the continuation of the 2026 FIFA World Cup coverage, when I cover the game scores and who's going to be advancing to the quarterfinals and reaching to semis before the final will be next month, before it ends on the event of the World Cup, July 19th. So, see you on episode 12, guys. Have a great night and have a great weekend. Take care of yourself. See you next episode Friday.
Cause she gave me, gotta laugh, cause she let me sacrifice the sign to set you free.